We have a challenge in achieving net zero in the fact that we need to move towards a more electrified energy system, but also that's happening both in transport and the building environment. So we've got a growing challenge around the capacity available to make that a reality. And I think there's a real role for building in spatial energy planning as part of the planning process to understand what is available by way of opportunity in different areas, so that we're not only looking at the built environment above the ground, but also the infrastructure that's going to enable and support that to happen. I think what we have at the moment is individual building developments having their own application process, looking to kind of secure electrical and other utility capacity. And actually what we could do with doing is looking at this in a spatial perspective, so that we can ensure that everyone can bring that forward. And obviously thinking about the just transition, thinking about quality of access, that's going to be really, really critical to meeting our net zero targets. Well, there are a number of really interesting things happening at the moment. So the heat network zoning legislation is being proposed by the Department for Energy and Industrial Strategy. So they're looking at introducing that legislation where formal designations of heat network zones will come forward from 2025. But of course that really will only suit certain environments or certain urban areas. So it's what we do in the rest of that locality, and predominantly that's quite likely to be an electrified system, but that doesn't mean we can't look at how we can maximise local community and area benefit by sharing electricity generation, by sharing storage. So we're really actively exploring that kind of concept of what can you do to aggregate the overcapacity of the ability to deliver renewable generation in one building, and perhaps share that more locally with another. And there's some interesting work happening in this space, and I think that there's some interesting opportunities around looking at grid balancing with community battery storage as well.